What's going on, everybody? Jada Black here, back with another video. This is a bit of very good news to basically close the chapter on a case that has been open, and the case that actually had gone cold for about 7 years. And it is the case of ex NBA player Lorenzen Wright. He's played with a couple of teams in the NBA. He had a long career. What he didn't have was a decent wife. And according to this article, you see why. Because she has now been arrested for murder um, in this case. She's been arrested, for his murder. Her, and another guy who they arrested December 5th. I'm gonna go into the article. This is according to AJC.com. Ex-wife of NBA star Lorenzen Wright arrested in connection to his murder. The ex-wife of former NBA player Lorenzen Wright was arrested and jailed in California on Friday night. Now, what y'all may not know is that she wasn't originally in California when he was killed. He was killed in Memphis. That's where she was, because the last place he was before his murder was at her home. Sharia Wright Robinson was arrested in her Riverside, California home Friday. Jail records show she was booked into the Robert Presley Detention Center in Riverside at 9:28 p.m. Pacific time. No charges are listed. Deborah Marion, Wright's mother, said authorities told her Wright Robinson will be charged with first-degree murder, the same charge that was filed against Billy Ray Turner, who was arrested on December 5th. So we all knew once he got arrested, he was going to start talking, because we know that he didn't do this alone. Wright started at the University of Memphis and was drafted by the Los Angeles Clippers as the 7th overall pick in the 1996 NBA draft. That was a good draft, 1996. He played 13 seasons in the NBA with the Clippers, the Memphis Grizzlies, the Atlanta Hawks, the Sacramento Kings, and the Cleveland Cavaliers before retiring in 2009. Retiring in 2009. That's his mother. You can see here. You say she fought. So for 7 years, she fought for justice. She says she won't stop yet. The former NBA star was last seen alive in July 18th of 2010 when he left Wright Robinson's home. The next day, police received a phone call from Wright's cell phone, but it was interrupted by gunfire, according to Shelby County District Attorney office. Let's see. Wright's body was later discovered in July 28, 2010, in a field near Hacks Cross in Winchester. The then 34-year-old was shot multiple times. Investigators found the alleged murder weapon in a lake near Walnut, Mississippi on November 9th, 2017. This is the guy here. And they both was a member of the same church. And this is the church members. You know what's very interesting about this entire situation is that this case went cold for a while. It did. It went cold for a while. Nobody knew what was going on. I myself would wonder sometimes, were they ever going to solve it? I believe this case was also featured on the first 48. That's, and even then they really didn't have any clues to go by, you know? But I knew once they found the shooter, it would lead back to his ex-wife. I just felt that it would lead back to her because I believe she orchestrated this thing. I've been looking at a couple of different articles. Okay, let's see if I can get this here. Uh, there's this other article. Oh, not that. Is it this one? Yeah, it's this one. Okay. Let's see. This is the other article that is speaking about this. This is from the NY Daily News, which is hit or miss with their content. All right. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Okay. There you go. Now, let's see. Here we go. Here. That is his wife crying crocodile, his ex-wife crying crocodile tears at his funeral, but she was a mastermind of this particular situation. And what's interesting is that Lorenzen Wright's mother filed a missing persons report, but the ex-wife did not. And that's the shooter there, who immediately sold her out. You know what's interesting is that after all these years, it took a weapon being found. You know, because I guess he felt like he wasn't gonna go down. He wasn't gonna be the only one to go down for this. Sharia Wright was arrested on Friday. Marion expressed her relief and thanked Jesus. Check this out. Sharia Wright, which is his ex, divorced Lorenzen Wright months before he died. Her divorce attorney, Gail Maths, told the Daily News in 2010. She hadn't held a job in 17 years and was nearly $3 million in debt. And whose fault is that? While Maths said she didn't have any motive to kill because he had no money, her former mother-in-law believes Sharia was driven by her son's $1 million life insurance policy, according to Fox 13. They reported that. Lorenzen Wright's former personal assistant also claimed she had audio tapes that showed Sharia Wright made threatening comments about her ex-husband. Money drives people crazy. And I truly believe that this was motivated by money. And I don't know if it's in this article or not, but there was also other suspects that they're looking to bring in. They just needed the two dominoes to fall, the conspirator and the shooter. And once you have the conspirator and once you have the shooter, you're going to basically have everything in place to where you can bring in more suspects. I believe this whole thing was orchestrated by this woman. This woman has 6 children, but uprooted them so she can go live in California off of his insurance money. This woman is cold and calculating. She got a member of her church to do the shooting. Now, he has a lengthy record. And I don't know if they talked, they were friends, she was sleeping with him. But this guy decided to basically go back to his thug ways in order to appease this woman. And her attorney can talk about he didn't have any money. Well, he had insurance money. And I also believe that, I don't know if it's in this article, it's probably not. She was brought to court in 2014 because she spent all the insurance money that was for the children. And they wanted to know where that money went. And even then, they didn't suspect that this woman could have killed her ex for that money. This woman was $3 million in debt. They said she had never held a job. What's with this entitlement that these women feel? These women feel so entitled to other people's money to the point to where they're willing to commit murder in order to get that money. And I believe she did this out of greed. I believe she did this because she's cold, she's calculating, she doesn't care about anybody but herself. This is why she went all the way to California. She wanted to live a certain lifestyle off of his death. And you're seeing this a lot with a lot of these selfish, inconsiderate women who do things like this with no remorse. Nah. So let me know what you think in the comment section below, and let me know your thoughts.